Good morning, respected chair and my co-speakers here. My first thanks goes to Dr. V.R.S. Sampath. Sir, thank you for bringing me to Dubai for the first time, making me stand here for a maiden speech in this land. I should thank each and every one of the dignitaries who's off the dais, the educationalists par excellence, and hard worker, entrepreneur, and many entrepreneurs here. And I should thank the chairman reception committee, Abhi Junaid, for excellent arrangements in Dubai. I have felt at home in spite of coming alone. I made so many good friends here. Even though I'm thanking Sampath sir, he should have posted my name in the front first. I'm the youngest of the lot. We have a former advocate general, and his acumen with law is well known, and a senior advocate and a professor, and they have completed everything what I have prepared. So I stand before every one of you without anything. So I follow each and every word they have told here. So now I have to search for something new and innovative which they have not touched. But in a very short span of 15 minutes each, they have touched what should be touched on the topic. We started international trade or the commerce or the business, whichever way we put it, way back as a barter system. பண்டமாற்று முறையாக இந்த வணிகம் சர்வதேச வணிகம் தொடங்கப்பட்டது. When men were socializing, this was a good system. It was for the basic necessity this trade started. When we go to the history, we see there wasn't any loss during this barter system. Why they didn't have any loss? Because trust between each and every human was par excellent, so they need not have any legal system at that part of time. As days passed by, the trust was coming down, and the need for a legislation and the need for law is very much needed. But it is not a domestic trade. It is an international trade. So the world grows, and there is a need for the legislation to grow along with it. From the barter system, we slowly transit into a mercantilism, where the gold reserves, everything was of great importance. Now we have traveled to a system, and we stand in an e-commerce. Still, all our old legislations are in place with a little difference, and of course, new lot of legislations have come in worldwide. I'm not looking into the scenario of the global world as such. Let's take India and UAE for our understanding, because we are here in a place in Dubai, understanding how business or trade has to improve here. This conference has been organized to understand how the economy of the world is going to develop, how each one of us are going to develop. The travelers have developed the business, but for these travelers, the world would have been static. There would not have been any inventions. Even America would not have been found had the travelers have not started. While traveling, they have started taking the business along with them. And we, the Indians, know about the traders much than any other country, because the traders became the rulers of country and ruled us for 350 years. So the traders are very dangerous persons according to us. But We are not afraid of traders. Trade has to continue in our country of ours. We are marching forward. Right from the Contract Act, or the partnership law, or the consumer law, or the intellectual property, everything is at place in our country. But when we come to the global scenario, we have to look into other things. When we look into the international trade and business, it is not only the domestic law of each and every state involved, but also the international conventions. The basic customary international law, along with the conventions, along with the treaties, have to be understood the fullest. When we start a business, when we start trading, we start it with a vision, with a passion. Sometimes, as a businessman, we might be flourishing till there is a halt for us, when there is a need for a legal fraternity to enter into, then we think of the legislations many a time. As a businessman, when you are going multinational, we have to understand the reason for a contractual agreement to be in place in consensus with the treaties and the legislation in place. This understanding will bring the business to a highest level. While forming a business, we do not think about, and we should not think about, there will be a situation, the business has to be closed, or there might be a situation, there will be a litigation or a need for an arbitrator or the mediator or something like UNICITRAL coming and doing we never think about it. The lawyers come into the picture not only for the agreements. These two gentlemen and a little bit of mine, we are called in when there is a trouble, when there is a situation, when there is a crisis. We have to oversee the crisis. If you oversee the crisis, then many of the agreements will be a full-fledged agreements. Becoming an entrepreneur might be an easy thing. You will be welcomed because you will be lured into, you will be welcomed, there will be a bite waiting for you. You will not be looking into anything much more than the basic laws. You will not understand the treaties. You will not foresee for a 30 years or a 50 years from the moment you are signing the agreement. Today the laws have changed. The world laws have changed, but the basic laws are still with us. A business or a trade start from the basic contract that my senior has presented you a few minutes before. Without contract between a man and a man, the world will not survive. Everything is an agreement. Everything is a contract. And understanding this contractual law of each and every country where we trade, where we take our business is very much essential. Along with the treaties, of course. To start a business, we have to have a structure, understanding of the business, and the finance, which way you are going to bring in the finance. And of course, today's world is a world of ideas. Today, ideas sell more than anything. It was not like the barter system or the medieval age. Today's trade is different. It's an e-commerce. There was someone, my brother was talking about something, cryptocurrency. Today, nothing is seen by you. Intellectual property. How do you safeguard your intellectual property? That's a big question. The laws do not grow along with the culprits. The culprits are much more intelligent. The culprits are found everywhere. The wrongdoers are found everywhere. We have to think about the wrongdoers also. If there is an emergency, how do we overtake? Do we have a law for it? Do we have a treaty over it? And there are so many legislations. The first and foremost, which I'm not going into the sections, the Foreign Exchanges Management Act 1999, according to the countries which we are going to deal, India is a place, we all think India has a complex legislative system. India has so many legislations. But one thing, India has many laws, but all the laws are interconnected right from the Contract Act, partnership, all your laws. It's a place, it's a very good place for the investments to happen. It's a growing place because in India, lawyers, the solicitors, the attorneys can practice pan-India. And we have states and center and state policies, and the laws are not much different.
Ma'am, could I request you sum it up in 1 minute?
Sir, I should be given little more time,
Please,
sir.
please do. Okay. But keep in mind that I got to speak also.
Yes, sir. I need little more time, a concession. I have to speak my pet topic also. So, because of paucity of time, I should jump over to the other things. There is a comprehensive economic partnership agreement between the UAE and India, which is called CEPA. That's what has been helping the trade between, the commerce and trade between Dubai, India, and of course, when I looked into the material where I could find out so many things, I just finished 1 page, sir. I have 10 pages. You're stopping me in between. It's never mind. There'll be some more time I can speak over. One thing as a woman, I always been called by Dr. Sampath to something talk about women empowerment. When I looked into the history, there were very, very less women in the world of business, trade and commerce. But I do not accuse the other gender as well. It is that we have not taken into the business as a field. But of course, I have 2 of my friends from Dubai who have joined me here, a junior friend, Advocate Pramila, and my husband's friend's wife, Dara. They are into some business after coming into Dubai. So there are women taking up business. But we should have legislations. There should be there is an international convention to eliminate all forms of discrimination against women, which India has ratified in the year 1993. And there are so many member states who have ratified this convention. In spite of this Women's Rights Convention, we do not find women as entrepreneurs. Women are people bringing in economy for the nation. Women do bring in economy for the family, for the little part. But we need more entrepreneurs as women. And this present-day world will bring, because the laws today are not very gender-specific, to bring some kind of support to the women into the entrepreneur field. But of course, I feel the women who have been attending this session from yesterday, and every one of us, let's all think in the right perspective, how far we can take it forward. And of course, there's so many people off the dais and on the dais supporting us. And one particular person, my father's friend, Mr. Cholanachiyar, is a person who always supports women. And he has a Tamil Chamber of Commerce. He will definitely do it. And of course, a great person, I don't name him, the VGP, we know he's always supporting the women's cause. And VIT, the educationalists par excellent, they are the people who are going to guide us. Women are educating ourselves. We are better educated sometimes than men in our country, in India. When the results of the final examination, board examination comes out, it is more women who scores higher marks. But when it comes to the economic development of a country later on, these women wither away. I do not know whether the marriage stops a woman in growing in the economic front for the country or anything else. But we need more women in politics, more women in economic front as entrepreneurs. I hope the next conference will have more women speakers than men. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you everyone for the patient listening. Thank you, Chair, for giving me the extra bit of time. Thank you so much.